Hello, my friends. We're going to continue our discussion on A Course in Miracles. And I'm going to read an excerpt from chapter 9, which the title is the Acceptance of the Atonement. And the atonement is coming to the realization of who we truly are, that we are an idea, in the language of the Course, an idea within the mind of God. Um, and it is when all the pieces come together and we just know. In Zen, they would call it a satori, an instant awakening. Course in Miracles, we call it the atonement. And this is section 3, the correction of error. And we'll read through this and then maybe go over the lines as we go. When a brother behaves insanely, you can heal him only by perceiving the sanity in him. That's the nature of forgiveness right there. Is we're not denying the behavior, and we're not saying that the behavior isn't insane, or we could even, if we wanted to, label it as truly horrific. People have a tendency on occasion to do some truly horrific things. What we're saying is that within, hidden, all the way down, past all the perceptions that we are casting, projecting upon that person, lies the original garden of innocence. Always present, always there. The same innocence that we have. In order for us to recognize it within ourselves, we need to recognize it within another. That's the nature of forgiveness. It is not saying that we condone certain or specific behavior. It's saying that we know that there's someone who is so lost and so deluded and so accepting of his belief that he is a small, separate ego, that performing these insane acts is the only way the world makes sense to him or her. If you perceive his errors and accept them, you are accepting yours. If you want to heal, you need to help heal others. You need to allow others to heal. Without that, then the world remains broken, or it remains appearing to be broken. Because if we don't recognize those same errors, that same insanity within ourselves, and of course it's insanity because we are perceiving a broken world. We are perceiving a world in which there's mass warfare, that there is violent crime, that children are allowed to starve, people are allowed to remain homeless, that we ignore crisis after crisis after crisis for the benefit of a few. That's our perception. How do we change it? Do we go out into the world and keep dealing with the perceptions, the effects, over and over again? It hasn't changed anything so far. In the history of mankind, it has not changed a single thing. Weapons have gotten more sophisticated. People have gotten more fearful of war, but it doesn't stop them from committing warfare. Crime is the same as it ever was, if not greater. And people are still starving and still homeless. Not a single method of working with the effects has ever changed anything. However, there's a reason why Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is within, because when we find that kingdom within, we extend it to everyone. Everyone has a place within the kingdom. If you want to give yours over to the Holy Spirit, you must do this with his or her. That's forgiveness. If you want to give yours, all of your supposed sins, all of your insanity, all of your mistakes, all of your errors, all of your misperceptions, if you want to turn them over to the Holy Spirit to have that sense of freedom, to experience unconditional love and joy, you got to look upon all those other people and all the other insanity that they carry with them. and turn it over to the Holy Spirit as well. Simply say, I can't forgive this. I can't forgive this behavior. So I turn it over to a source greater than myself, greater than the appearance of myself, but which is actually who and what I truly am. Unless this becomes the one way in which you handle all errors, every one of them. Remember one of the first 50 miracle principles, beginning A Course in Miracles. There is no order of miracles, no distinction between large and small. One is the same as the other. So all errors must be handed over to the Holy Spirit, to the Tao, to God. So, unless this becomes the one way in which you handle all errors, you cannot understand how all errors are undone. They're undone. Really, they never occurred. So it's more as a dispelling of darkness, dispelling of the illusion. How is this different from telling you that what you teach, you learn? Are we teaching unforgiveness, or are we teaching forgiveness? Are we teaching projection, or are we teaching extension of love? Your brother is as right as you are, and if you think he is wrong, you are condemning yourself. Again, it has nothing to do with the behavior. It has nothing to do with the actions. It has to do with who they truly are, which is the same thing that you truly are, that I truly am, that we all truly are. So if I want that forgiveness, if I want that joy, if I want a place in heaven, you need to offer it to everyone, regardless. Seems a little bit of a tall order, doesn't it? But it isn't. It's natural. We just need to remember, and we need to practice. Unfortunately, we have every day people help us practice. Every day someone brings us something. Sometimes it's huge and it's hard and it truly does seem insane. Other days it's small and it's petty, but it still gets under our skin. All of that we turn over to the Holy Spirit. All of it. No exceptions. When I use the word insane, we can take it literally and we can take it sort of as a metaphor. Truly, when we look around the world, we could say that it is insane that there are countries armed to the teeth with nuclear weapons that are just a step away of engaging them, that there is the thought within the mind of one person that they can invade another nation, that it's insane that one organization think that they can bring about change, beneficial change, by attacking another nation, and that the other nation can think that a continuous retaliation back, continuous, is going to bring any sense of peace or any sense of justice, or that any act of revenge is ever going to undo the act that took place, the original act that took place. That's insanity. And yet, because we are perceiving it, we're part of that insanity. If we want to see a better world, we need to not deal with the effects of that projection, of the fear that's being projected outwards, of which we are responsible for. You, me, everyone else, because if we see it, we are projecting it. We go within. If you want peace, you certainly could march. You could protest. You could shout. It's not going to bring about peace. Not true and lasting peace. If you want peace, become peaceful and extend that love outwards. And then, and only then, will the world begin to change, because you will be a light for someone else. And that light will be a light for someone else. And it will be a chain reaction. It will be the light of the world. You are it. That's the good news. It can happen right now. So, guys, that was from chapter 9. Take care.